Hi, I'm Grace from Gardening for Joy. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video where I'm going to talk about how you can store your pressed flowers. For me, I've been pressing flowers for a little over a year, and I found myself accumulating lots of flowers, and I didn't have a really great method for how to store them. Really, they were just continued to be in between the pages of books, and you can imagine it makes it really hard to find what you're looking for. So I did some research, looked at different methods, and then kind of put the different pieces of things that I had seen together and came up with my own method. So that's what I am going to show you today. So how to store your pressed flowers. So let's talk about the materials that you're going to need. Really, it's pretty basic. You need three different materials. You're going to need, and everything that you need, you should look for the word acid-free. So I don't want to repeat myself in every one of these materials, but what I'm going to show you, each material is acid-free. So the first thing I have is just a heavy-duty plastic sleeve for storing the flowers in, and you'll see how that works. What I like about this sleeve is it's got the three-hole binder, 3 holes for the 3-hole binder, so that works well for me. So that's one thing you're going to need. You're going to need some heavyweight paper. So you can see this is not just flimsy paper. This paper is 110 pounds. It is actually a marker type of paper, but you can look for watercolor paper, works really well, but probably a minimum of 110 pounds is what you're going to want to look for. And then finally, you need something to protect the flowers. You can't just place them on the paper and inside the sleeve. You need one extra layer of protection. And that's where I use what's called glassine paper. Now, glassine paper, you can see it's pretty smooth. You can see from the shine it's a little glossy, and you can see it's transparent because you can see my hand through it. The other great thing about this paper is it's both water and grease resistant. So again, just an added layer of protection for your flowers. I actually bought this paper when I was wrapping up an oil painting that I needed to ship, and I wanted to make sure that nothing stuck to the, or nothing got pulled off of that oil painting, and this worked really well for that. But I found that it works equally well for the pressed flowers. What I've done is I've bought it, you can buy glassine paper in a roll, which is what I have here, or you can buy it in various sizes. So you just need to kind of look around and see what works best for you. But that's called glassine paper. And again, on the blog that's associated with this video, I go into more detail and actually share the exact materials that I purchased. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is create what I call your little packet for your flowers. So with the glassine paper, you saw the roll, I cut it. My sheet is 8.5 by 11. So I cut my glassine paper to fit that 8.5 by 11 sheet, but I make it an extra 2 inches longer than the actual sheet. Because what I do is I fold the top over, and then I'm going to tape it to the back. So again, very, very simple, right? Just going to put a couple pieces of tape here, right? Hard to see that, right? But now I've got a packet. It's pretty simple, just the paper underneath, glassine paper on top, paper underneath. And then I'm just going to take my flowers. Now here in front of me I have some flowers I just pressed yesterday. These happen to be salvia. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on here. Sometimes I use tweezers, to put them on if I'm a little bit worried about how fragile they are. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful. This is Veronica. Put a couple of those. I was really in quite the spurt yesterday with doing these flowers. Now, the reason I'm able to press my flowers so quickly is I use a microwave flower press, and in another video I will show you exactly how I do that. To me, I think it's a great method for pressing flowers. So there I've got my salvia, and I do try to kind of keep the different types of flowers together if I can. Now the other thing you can do, and sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't, is you could write on the bottom of the sheet what the flower is. Now, these are from my garden. I know what they are. If I get a flower maybe from a different garden that I'm not quite sure and I need to remember it, then I might write it. But remember, this is reusable. So once I use all these pressed flowers, I'm going to reuse this little packet. Now, so I write in pencil. If I do write, I erase or however I need to do it. But again, I generally only write if it's a flower that I don't know. So then I place the glassine paper back on top of the flowers, right? And then what I want to do, there's only this sleeve only opens one way, right? Doesn't open the bottom, so you don't have to worry about anything slipping out. I want the folded end that I folded over and taped, I want that at the top. And then all I'm going to do is slide it right in to here. And there you have it. Now, if I hold this upside down, if I shake it a little bit, the flowers are likely going to move around a little bit, but you know what? It's really not bad. They hold pretty good, right? And then I can take it and I can go ahead and put it right inside my 3-ring binder. So works really well for me. But let me go ahead and I'm going to show you just one more time. So I got my paper, right? I got my heavyweight paper is what I want to say. I take a piece of glassine, fold it over the top, right? I kind of match up the bottom. I'm going to tape it for my little, what I call a packet. Got my packet, right? Opens at the bottom, the top. I'm going to take my flowers and I'm going to place them right underneath. Oh my gosh, this Veronica is so pretty. All right, again, you can see how translucent that is. And why that's important is because I can easily flip through all my flowers and see exactly what I have and what I might want. All right, so then I take it, again, it just fits really nicely in there. So that's all there is to it. You know, don't wait as long as I did to come up with a method for storing your flowers. This makes it pretty easy for me. Now you can see I have a binder with a lot of flowers in it. I haven't quite figured out how I want to separate the flowers. Do I want to do it by color or what do I want to do? But that would probably be my next step if I want to put little separator tabs in here to give me a little bit more guidance on what I'm going to be doing. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Good luck with your pressing flowers and stay tuned to my blog for more information on what to do with pressed flowers and how to use a microwave flower press.